If you're interested in the current state of affairs in the very corrupt medical industry in Birmingham, Alabama, yes, this needs immediate outside intervention. The authorities in the state of Alabama, in the cities, in the counties, they are not doing anything about this stuff. Corruption is the norm. I will direct you to this website. It's called Indeed. Now, what you can do here is, if you have worked at a company, any company, basically, any place of employment, you can leave a review about your experience there. And this also goes for medical practices, hospitals, doctors' offices, etc. I'll share a trick also about using the Indeed website. Once you type in the business or employer that you want to see the reviews on, they will display several, and then after like 6 or 7 reviews, you'll see that there may be hundreds or thousands of other reviews that you can't read because the body of the text has been blurred out. They want you to leave your review as an employee of the company to get access to read the other reviews. Well, there's a way around this, and I'll tell you how to do this. What you do is the headlines to the reviews, you can read those. And you right-click your mouse button over the headline, open that as a new page or a new tab in your web browser, and you can read that review. And yeah, it's a bit tedious, but using this technique, you can read every single review that's left on the Indeed website without having to enter in any type of information. Okay, we go to Indeed and start typing in some of the names of these medical practices and hospitals, etc. And you'll very quickly see it's not just me as a patient relating these negative experiences. The actual people who work for these also have some stories to tell, and they can do so here more or less anonymously. If you're thinking about going to a medical practice in Birmingham, Alabama, go to Indeed and read the experiences of people who have worked in these places first. And some of these reviews are jaw-dropping. Alright, Birmingham Radiological Group. Yes, I had dealings with this group. 3 of their doctors misread 4 separate scans that I had done. CT with contrast. This was misread by Donald Shane Kelly. I had an X-ray and 2 CT scans without contrast. These were looked at and misread by Dr. Julian Patrick Druhan MD. These were taken at the Ascension St. Vincent's East Hospital. Also for American Health Imaging, I had an MRI scan done, examined and misread by Dr. Angus Baird MD. All 3 of these doctors are members of Birmingham Radiological Group. Yes, I called Birmingham Radiological Group and spoke to their CEO, Doyle Stewart. The phone call was recorded. You can go listen to that call. I filed a Better Business Bureau complaints against Birmingham Radiological Group, and you can see how they responded. Doyle Stewart was not willing to help me by having his doctors account for their errors. Alright, so this is something that everybody should be aware of. Doctors for this group, you might want to think twice about being a member of this place, because now We'll put the pictures up here again, and what's going to happen for the rest of my life is we're going to debate this thing out in public, okay? The pictures speak for themselves. Any doctor worth their salt will easily be able to see the injuries in my pictures. I had broken the underside of my skull and I had almost died. So we're talking about major negligence. Authorities and folks that should be holding these doctors to account shirking their duties. All right. You can see in the Better Business Bureau complaint issued by Birmingham Radiological Group, they advanced a representative who had no medical credentials. All right. Shannon Sykes. And their response is mostly a feeble attempt at mocking a patient who almost died. Injuries neglected by doctors on their payroll. This is unacceptable. All right, so this complaint via an employee of Birmingham Radiological Group on Indeed. The headline reads, "No communication management." This person was a technology support specialist, claims to be a former employee. This review is from April 10th, 2017. And I quote, "A typical day at work at this place was dry and slow with no interaction within the department. I learned the very basics of the job in order to be able to troubleshoot basic issues. My manager was not a leader and preferred to work by himself on all issues within the company. The culture within the workplace was relaxed but promoted unhealthy stress due to the lack of communication and terrible management practices. The hardest part of the job was not being informed about the operations of the company and not knowing what was expected of me." Yeah, what you can see here, there is assertions of compartmentalization, and this is a breeding ground for corruption.